What's up, guys? It's Eric from Rare Candy, and today we're back with another deck and battle video here on PTCGO. But today's video is actually going to be a little bit different. Recently, we went to Orlando Regionals, and a friend of the channel made top 8 with Mega Mewtwo, and we decided to cover a Mega Mewtwo deck today. And we figured, what better way to cover this deck than to let the person who made top 8 talk about it. So I'm actually going to be passing the rest of this video over to our friend John Orgel. He's going to go through the same deck list that he actually used to make top 8 and go to PTCGO and play a battle with it on there too. So I'm not going to do too much talk in this video. I'm going to see you guys at the end for a little bit of a recap. But other than that, I'm going to let John take it for the rest of the video, okay?
Hey guys, this is John Orgel. I'm recording this video on behalf of the Rare Candy YouTube channel. I know these guys personally, and they're great guys, and if you haven't really watched a lot of their videos, check them out and subscribe. They're awesome. Today I'm going to be profiling the deck I used in Orlando Regionals 1 week ago, and it's Mega Mewtwo Garbodor. There's not a lot that makes my list different. It's pretty standard. Mega Mewtwo is going to be pretty similar between different lists. But I do want to highlight a couple things that I thought might be important if you're building this list for yourself. So without further ado, let's get to the list. Alright guys, so if you haven't played it before, Mega Mewtwo is pretty straightforward. I'm going to go ahead and go over the cards real quick. You have Mewtwo EX and Mega Mewtwo. Mewtwo, you use Shatter Shot, does 30 times the number of Psychic energy on you, and this is really good against a mirror match or something that, like maybe an expanded a Pumpkaboo and Joltik. Like those kind of things that, or if you just need to like start an early game and start hitting for damage, that's fine too. Shatter Shot's kind of helpful when you're hitting for weakness against a Hoopa even. If you get 3 energy, like Psychic energy on a Mega, and then you can use Shrine of Memories, which I'll show you later on. You can use Shatter Shot to knock that Hoopa in one hit. The damage change attack though is much more helpful against a lot of other guys. Against Greninja in particular and standard, if you get Garbodor out, there's not a lot they can do to knock you out in 1, even 2 hits. It would be really challenging if they can't use that giant water shuriken ability. Damage change says that switch all your damage counters on this Pokemon with those of your opponent's active Pokemon. So you're basically just swapping out damage with your opponent's active. But the best thing is, like, if you have somebody that you're trying to hit into, they put 120 damage on you, you can Lysander up Shaman and knock that out for 2 prizes, and remove all the damage counters on your Mewtwo. And you can, with the Shrine of Memories, it gives you access to your Mewtwo EX's attacks when your Mega Mewtwo is in play, which is really helpful. Mega Mewtwo has the attack Psychic Infinity, which does 10 plus the 30 more for each damage counter on this Pokemon, or not damage counter, sorry. 30 more damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. So yours and your opponent's Pokemon. And this damage isn't affected by weakness. So say we have 5 energy between me and my opponent's active, 2 on me and 3 on my opponent's. I'm going to be hitting for a cool 160. And that's really powerful. It's a low energy cost for such a high amount of damage. And it is contingent upon how much your opponent is attacking with. But most of the time your opponent's going to be using 2 energy, 3 energy attack costs. And if you get 4 energy, you know, that starts swinging at 160, 190 right away, which is really, really strong. Turn 2, if you get 2, like say you get a Psychic energy on your Mewtwo, or not Psychic, a double colorless energy on your Mewtwo EX, and then evolve, attach another double colorless energy, just by yourself you're hitting for 130, which is really, really strong. Alright, Garbodor is pretty straightforward if you haven't really played it before. It's a really nice card to have. In this deck, past turn 1 you don't really use a lot of abilities, so the fact that you can shut down your opponent's abilities is really nice against Greninja in particular, but also Giratina. There's no way you can beat that deck, Giratina, without Garbodor. And the main reason you play Garbodor is the only reason, really. I mean, you could use Offensive Bomb, I guess. But Garbodor has the ability Garbotoxin, which if this Pokemon has a Pokemon Tool card attached to it, each Pokemon in play, in each player's hand, and in each player's discard pile has no abilities, except for Garbotoxin. So that shuts down all abilities, not just in play on the field, but also in your opponent's discard pile and in their hand. It stops them from working, stops them cold. The only way that you can stop it is to remove the tool or to knock out the Garbodor. So it's a really strong form of ability lock in this meta because there's no tool removal item cards. I did run into an opponent at regionals that was running a Mencina, which allows you to remove a tool from one of your opponent's Pokemon, and that was in their Greninja list. But short of that, there's no real easy way to remove, and that's not an easy way, but there's no real way to remove tool cards from any Pokemon in play, other than knocking it out. So with my list, the main reason I wanted to talk about it is just to show like how consistent it is. I'm playing in a 9-round tournament, and I was, at the end of the day, I had it between this list and a Vileplume kind of toolbox list that I was thinking about playing in Orlando, and I went with this one because I thought it would be the most consistent list throughout the tournament. I just wanted something that would give me a nice setup and nice, just I could rely upon it setting up. And I like this list a lot because it has the 4 Mewtwo EX, 4 Spirit Link, and 3 Floatstone and a 2/2 Trubbish line, Trubbish Garbodor line, and that's really good when you're trying to get everything out. Hoopa really helps with consistency. It lets you get 3 EX Pokemon once you play this card down from your bench. So usually I would start with a Trubbish or a Mewtwo, try to search for Hoopa turn 1, use Scoundrel Ring, and get a Mewtwo EX, and then usually 1 Shaman. And unless I was getting had a Sycamore in hand, because that usually doesn't mean you don't really want to do that. But that's that. The rest is pretty straightforward. 3 Mega Turbo. I saw a list that ran 4. Igor Costa showed me his list. He was nice enough to show me his list afterwards. I don't want to. I mean, I don't know. I guess I could tell you about his list. I don't know for sure if he'd be cool with that. But I think he ran 4 and had some other changes. And I can see the logic behind running 4. You want him to be explosive late game. But Mega Turbo, I felt like I was discarding it early game, and I didn't really want to run 4. 3 Trainer's Mail, I thought about running 4, but it really didn't make sense. Past the early turns, you're not really needing it, other than if you get end. So it's nice to have it there, but you don't like need it. Usually you just want to get Spirit Links or Floatstones or Ultra Balls. So it's good early and mid game, but mostly mid game, but not super great late game. I don't know. I guess that doesn't really. It applies to both scenarios anyway. And then 4 Ultra Ball, 4 VS Seeker, 2 Lysander was clutch. I started running this list when I first started. I had only 1 Lysander. Added the second one. Sorry about that. Added the second one in order to just allow myself to use this damage swap or damage change attack on stuff I wanted and hit stuff that was on the bench. It was a good add. And then 3N was nice. I seen lists that run 2. 3N was good. There's a lot of times where you don't really want to Sycamore away everything you have in hand, so it's good to just be able to return it. Kind of danced around it, but here's the main tech I ran in this list that kind of separates it from everything else. It was Pokemon Center Lady. If you don't know what it does, it heals 60 damage, removes all special conditions from one of your opponents or one of your Pokemon. Normally, this was really nice. There was a lot of matchups where I started Mewtwo and got hit early, or had a Mewtwo on the bench that got hit with. Mainly, it was getting in 2 matchups. One being Mega Caesar and the other one being against a Friend Knight Yveltal. Mega Caesar was nice. The 3rd damage is capped at 120, and it was really good in order to be able to hit. That meant your Mega Mewtwo, which has 210 HP, can take 3 hits instead of just 2. It allows it to just kind of survive and weather the storm and live long enough to knock out the Mega Caesars. It gives you more favorable prize exchange. Usually with me hitting with 2 energy on my guy and 2 on their guy, you're hitting 130, 110 because of resistance, and then so you're able to 2-shot them if they don't have a way to heal at all. And they're not able to 2-shot you. So this was nice for that. And then the main, the other matchup that it really helped in was against the Friend Knight Yveltal. That one, if you don't know what it does, it shoots 60 for your active and 60 to one of your opponent's benched EX Pokemon. And this was good to heal off damage off your benched EX Pokemon. Like say your active is going to get knocked out and your benched has 60 damage on it, you can kind of retreat off the active and then put out the other Mewtwo, heal it off, and it makes it really hard for them to knock it out. So it was a nice tech. There was a couple of things I would have maybe run in this place. Enhanced Animer was probably the #1 thing. that I could think of that would be really nice to have, say against like a Glaceon or Jolteon, where they need that DCE or need, you know, something like that in order to hit you. It'd be nice to be able to have like the enhanced hammer to knock it off, or an escape rope would be nice. The only main thing that gave me this, the deck I lost to, and the main reason that I was thinking about playing Vileplume was because it had such a good Mega Mewtwo matchup. I'm talking about Vileplume, Jolteon, Glaceon, and Regice. And Regice really just does some work in this meta. There's not a lot that can really work around it. So if I had Escape Rope and then I could Lysander up the thing that was hitting into me, that would have been nice. But as it is, I'm not too painful about it. It was a really clutch card, especially I played against a Greninja deck, and my opponent saw that I had like 5 cards left, and I had 5 prizes left to take. So I had to take a knockout basically every turn in order to win the game. And he saw that, and he didn't really have any Greninja set up. He was just had a field full of Froakies, and so what he did was he started bubbling with Froakie, and he got heads a couple times, but I think one of the times I was able to use Pokemon Center Lady and heal off that damage, or heal off the paralysis, and it was really clutch. It helped me win that game really, really well. The last card that I want to mention before I start to show you guys a match is Parallel City. Now, I don't know if you guys should know what this is. It's in a lot of decks in the standard format right now. On one side, if you place it, it limits your opponent's or your bench to 3 Pokemon, and then on the other side, it reduces any damage from grass, fire, or water Pokemon by 20. This is really good against Rainbow Road and against Mega Rayquaza decks. Mega Ray. Because with Garbodor, it's really hard for them to get their benches built back up if you're discarding a lot of stuff. That's the main reason why I put in this Parallel City in there. But it's also really good early game to. A lot of decks run Parallel City, and if you run yours, like if you put yours to first, you can limit their bench size, and they have no real way to counter it. So they're kind of stuck playing with 3 Pokemon the whole game, and the reverse side doesn't really affect you. You don't run any grass, water, or fire Pokemon. So it's really just a good way to kind of early game disrupt your opponent. And then the Shrine of Memories is pretty self-explanatory. Everything else is 7 energies seemed to be the right number. I didn't really struggle to find them. And that's about it. So let's move into a game I played. Alright, we're going to get right into it, guys. I'm going to go first in this matchup against, looks like, I think, I'm starting to get Mewtwo. Going up against Mega Rayquaza. So I'm going to go ahead and bench my regular Mewtwo Trainer's Mouth. Not a lot there, so just fail it. And I really don't want to get rid of a VS Seeker or the Mega Mewtwo here. I don't want any way to recover. So we're just going to go ahead and, yeah, just get another Hoopa probably. Actually, I don't really need a Hoopa here. I have another Mewtwo, so I'll probably get a Shaman or a Garb here. Thinking about Hoopa, but I just decided otherwise. So, probably, yeah, Shaman's fine. And then bench the Mewtwo, get Shaman. I'll put a Stadium in place so I can thin my hand out. It's not really going to be too helpful in this matchup, but probably just one-shotting me most of the time, so it's okay to burn that early. Set it up, and then, not a great hand, but whatever. Okay, we can get Ultra Ball and try to get Trubbish out. It'll be kind of important against this. If I can slow down his setup and all that stuff, then I can get Garbodor next turn. Create a Mega Turbo and in. And then Trubbish, yep. So, not, I mean, I don't know. Against this matchup, it's kind of wait and see. If he gets a huge setup here, he can knock out my active. That's not likely, but you never know. So he's, yeah. He's probably going to try to get all that set up in one turn and try to get the knockout here if he can. We'll see what happens. So he attaches DC Scoundrel Rings, probably gonna get a Mega Ray, Shaman. If he has a, yep. Maybe get the Spirit Link if he can. Yep, so depending upon what he gets off setup, he hasn't played a support yet, so. Town maps, kinda weird in Mega Ray. Right here now. I don't know what his prizes is to should have probably checked. Okay, so he ends me. That's a bummer, but not too bad. Oh, okay, so I guess he's gonna try to go for the Mega right here. Get the Mega evolve to that, probably get another Shaman. Yeah, he runs a Delinquent, which I don't think will be too helpful. And then Scoundrel Ring, so yeah, probably. Jeez, burning through his deck. Yeah, so just those two. Set up again. Nothing too crazy, it's just Mega Ray being Mega Ray, blowing up turn 1. 7 Pokemon on its bench. Jeez. Just needs the Mega Turbo, and I think he's got a knockout here. Yeah, he's swinging for 210 right now. And got special charge, I guess, to get one of the DCs he discarded back. Oh man, he played all 3 Shaman in one turn. So this is good. I guess this isn't usually the best matchup. If I can get Garbodor out though, I do run 2 Parallel City, so whereas, you know, my Shrine of Memories isn't too helpful, Parallel City is crucial in order to win this matchup. So I'm going to try to counter this turn by getting my Parallel City in play next turn. He's knocking out my guy. He's doing 240. So, it's kind of hard to figure out who to promote. I really don't want to give him an EX if I whiff. Anything. I need a lot. Well, yeah, I need 3 energy and a Mewtwo, and that's not a guarantee. So I can sacrifice Trubbish and just go down to, oh sweet, I get Parallel City off the Trainer's Mail. And that's really crucial if I ever want to have a chance to come back in this matchup. Limit my opponent down to 3, and the other side doesn't really affect me. I guess bench the other Trubbish, attach the floats, or attach the Spirit Link. Maybe. I don't know if I need a Sky set up. I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt. So, just counting, I guess. Figure out what he's probably going to discard. He's probably just going to discard all but the 2-Ray and the Zoru on his bench. He's just taking a while. I guess I'm waiting to see what he's doing. And then, so my turn, I'm just going to try to get Garbodor with the float suddenly active. At the very least, get Garbodor out. Yeah, so nothing too wild, just playing the hand I got, setting up. Okay, that's not bad. I get the Mega, get Garbodor, think about if I can. Well, I can't evolve the one on the bench, so I guess I'll evolve the one on the active. Have the other one in case he does knock out my active, so that's not too bad. So evolve that and Sycamore. Hopefully get the floats down. And no, this is rough. Jeez. So I got another Parallel City, that's good. I have the counter if he tries to bump it. So I guess I'm just gonna put this usually is a really bad idea. So try to shut off abilities with anything but a float stone, because then I can have my Garbodor trapped active. So we'll see what happens here. My opponent's gonna have a hard time knocking out an EX this turn. He needs one more Pokemon to knock out my Garbodor. And he's already gone through a lot of his deck. I think he's got like 23 cards left, but he's already got rid of 3 Shamans. And he's played 2 Hoopa down, but he still has one on his bench, which is kind of weird. I don't know why he would keep Hoopa. He gets Skyfield, that's kind of good for him. It's part of the equation. We'll see. He's got a couple Pokemon in his prizes. At least in the Gurna, I don't know what else. But see if he can't do enough this turn. Doesn't really look like he's doing a whole lot. Yeah, I'm gonna break this 30 times in a revenge Pokemon, so right now he's not even knocking out my Garbodor with 100 HP. Let's see what happens. And it just does 90, so good news. Yeah, I can start powering up my Mewtwo, and I think I'm just gonna play it cool here. And I don't know if it was a good move to end here. did that. Guess maybe to get the other Garbodor out. In case he does knock out the active. Yeah, I guess so. Without having to get rid of all the VS Seekers I have in my hand. Yeah, it's not bad. But it gives him a new hand even though he didn't really play a supporter last turn, so that's probably not the best move. Hindsight. Alright, so his turn. He's got so many Pokemon he's discarding. I'm waiting for like a Karen to drop down or like Super Rod. I haven't seen anything so far. Hatches starts powering up another Mega Ray on the bench. Sycamores. Getting rid of Lysander and Skyfield, it looks like. So. Kind of waiting for to knock that guy out. Yeah, he's got 90 HP on him. So he's only got 10 HP left. It's really annoying when you have Garbodor stuck active with a tool that's not a float stone. And I guess he just passes. Yeah, it gives me the... Wow. So I guess I have to manually retreat this guy? Jeez. That sucks. But I don't want to bench another Mewtwo. I don't think it's going to help me here. One thing would be if I can like bench that Mewtwo and get rid of some Shamans. So. Mega Evolves and... What's he going to do here? Attaches a DC and passes. Oh gosh. Alright. Just putting down Spirit Link. I don't know what I want to do. Gosh, I guess I keep that hatching? Or, I'm trying to get a DC here. And nothing. Well, at least I get this Floatstone for the other Mewtwo. Maybe I should have just attached DC. I don't know. That's tough. This is the kind of, you know, the pressure's on me. If he ever gets, he can get an explosive turn to come back here. Right now I'm just struggling to get set up. I got a stupid Garbodor stuck active. And it'll be quite a comeback, you know. He's got 2 Mega Rays powered up. All he needs is 3 more bench Pokemon. He's got Skyfield out already. So all he needs is 3 more bench Pokemon. And he's starting to knock out my Megas again. No, that's not right. He needs 6. He needs 7 knockout, sorry. 3 would be 180 and yeah, so he needs 4 more bench Pokemon. So it's a little tougher. He needs to have Skyfield out, that kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens. See what he gets with Ultra Ball. I really don't know if he runs recovery. It's kind of, if he runs recovery, we're in a pickle. He has 1 more Shaman, so that's his 4th Shaman. Sets up. He's down to not a lot of cards left in his deck. And Garbodor's on, so setup doesn't do anything. I mean, Lysander's up one of my Shamans and knocks it out. Now we're going to try to keep the momentum going on my side with Mewtwo. It looks like he got a Magarina and something else. Maybe another Pokemon he can bench. So I'm going to try to power up this other Mewtwo on my bench. Or no, active. I guess I need 7 energy to knock it out. That's not right. Yeah, I guess 7, yeah. 7 times 3 is 21, and then 22, so yeah, I need 7 energy total. 220. Yep. So I'm kind of vulnerable now. I end him down to 2 cards, and then took the knockout. That's a good place to be. It means 2 Pokemon he picked out of his prizes he can't put down on his bench. So we'll see. I'm in a good spot to make a comeback. Although he's just got 2 prizes left, so all he really needs is a Lysander on a Shaman and 1 Pokemon, and we lose this game, so it's still pretty close. He starts putting up the other Ray, Mega Evolves, and that ends his turn. He doesn't have a Spirit Link, so we're in a good spot now. I can Lysander up. Oh, nice. Bench this, kind of bump his Skyfield, and definitely limit him to 3. So now he needs a Stadium and another Pokemon to win this game, so that's really good for us. Mega Turbo, try to set up the one on the bench just in case. I don't know. At this point, there's not a lot. Like if he knocks out the active, I lose. But you never know. I just don't want it to be Lysandered up, even if it has a Floatstone on. I guess it doesn't matter. But I guess I can retreat if this one gets damaged. So Lysander up the Mega Rayquaza on his bench. I don't know if it. I mean, it doesn't hurt to do that. So that's about it. Making a good comeback here after I was down. Man, it's down quite a bit. You know, he went first, and whenever your opponent goes, well, he went second, I guess. Whenever your opponent goes second and gets that turn one knockout on your EX, it just gets scary. And I just attached the DC here for the Psychic Infinity for 190 damage to knock out that Hoopa and win the game. Man, what a nice comeback. It's always good to test your deck and see how good it is. And that's the strength of Mega Mewtwo. It can really come back with ends and parallel cities against these decks that rely so much upon their bench size. Alright guys, well thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate the support. It's from Rare Candy, and I'm looking forward to seeing them around. You guys do good work, so with that, please be sure to support them with a subscription and a like for this video. Y'all have a good one. Alright, till next time.
Alright guys, it's Eric once again, just to do a little recap. Like John said, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. And if this is something you might want to see more often, let me know. Maybe we can feature other players to do guest commentary, maybe on decks that they've played and stuff like that. So if you like this idea, let us know in the comments below, and maybe we can make that happen. But as usual, feel free to like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out our merch over at rarecandytcg.com. Pick yourself up a playmat or a shirt or something. Help support the channel and mean a lot. But with that, I definitely appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you for the next one, okay?